Auto stocks are revving into high gear so far in 2021. GM, Ford, Tesla, all up more than 20%, while newly formed Stellantis is that how I pronounce it? Stellantis up 8%. This while tech bigwigs like Facebook and Apple have basically been flat. In fact, Morgan Stanley analyst Adam Jonas calls General Motors the auto story of the year. And for that story, he joins us now. Adam Jonas is here, head of global autos and shared mobility research at Morgan Stanley. Good morning to you. It has been wild in some ways to watch GM stock rise the way it has. Make the case. Explain what's happening here.
Sure.
And is this going to be the case not just for GM, but for all of the automakers that are going to somehow follow Tesla?
Well, first, Andrew, isn't it great to be on CNBC and talk about another auto company besides Tesla? I mean, that in itself is incredible. Look, I'm just going to go out and say it. What Mary Barra and the team are doing at GM, and look, there's still room to go, but what they're doing may end up being one of the most profound strategic turnarounds, not just in the auto industry, but in business. Okay, and if you look at the arc of Mary Barra's career as CEO at GM, she's been at GM for decades, of course, but CEO since 2014. They've exited Europe. They purchased Cruise, which was a real cultural transformation. They got it for barely $1 billion. They restructured the operations. They're exiting internal combustion and passenger car operations. They did the tie-up with Microsoft, Honda. They built a battery company called Ultium with LG. It goes on. And what the most exciting part about it, Andrew, is that our clients still don't quite believe it yet. And in our opinion, the best is yet to come. So we're going to see some things that I think are going to shock people and re-rate this company. And it may not come from the auto industry investors. It's going to come from ESG and tech investors. So that's, we think, the story of 2021. And how ironic, Mary and the team, perhaps the industry, can thank Elon Musk in some ways for waking them up and putting that urgency there. GM's management team is scared in a good way, bless them, and they are not letting up. So that's the story. It's management and leadership.
Okay, but Adam, I think part of the question is, perhaps you can make the argument that a GM, a Ford, and we can talk about the other OEMs and how you think about them in terms of being undervalued. But then do you say to yourself, is Tesla on the other side overvalued? Because I think arguably nobody would say that Tesla right now is being valued as a strict automobile company.
Right. I think you have two things at once, Andrew. First, the stock market clearly is paying an enormous premium for innovation right now. And, you can debate the valuation all day long, as the program has, and it's very entertaining, I have to admit. It's difficult and entertaining. But find a more innovative company in the world than Tesla, touching such a large addressable market and technologies that at some fundamental level affect our planet, right? And so the market is glomming onto that and seemingly giving them a lot of credit. On the flip side, what we think GM has realized and investors are starting to realize is that this internal combustion or melting ice cube, de-adoption, right, of tailpipes is not going to be gradual. It is going to be traumatic. Comparisons to the coal industry are very relevant in our opinion. We are hearing investors start to equate internal combustion cars with asbestos and toxic torque. Not so much that they're illegal to sell right now, but just that they carry a potentially unlimited environmental liability. And I think as more and more legacy automaker management teams wake up to that, they realize that, as one investor described, having an internal combustion engine company create an EV business is like planting a delicate orchid in a radioactive forest. It might look pretty for a little bit. It's destined to fail. And so creating that separation so that the flower can grow, that's what I think we're seeing at GM. And I think once GM does it, you're going to see the dam break.
Shepard Smith here. Thanks for watching CNBC on YouTube.